YouTube? I am back with another Worst to Best. This time we're doing Kiss. This one was hard. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if automatically disqualifying greatest hits albums, just like always. But normally I also disqualify live albums. But Kiss, you can't leave out the live albums because they're so consequential to the discography. You're not throwing out a live, I'm sorry. So they're in. I put 4 of them. All the live albums, but not like, the live in Vegas crap. Forget that. I left that out. And also I left in the solo albums. A lot of other lists I looked at, they all left in the solo albums because they got the Kiss logo on it. All right, I'm doing that too. Because you can't leave out the Ace Frehley one. All right, here we go. Just going to jump right into it. Number 28. Peter Criss album. Every time I throw this thing on, I never can finish it because it's terrible. It doesn't sound... It's like, what was he thinking? Too much coke? His friends tell him, oh yeah, you can make an album too. You sang Beth. No. This is terrible. I don't even think I've ever actually finished it. I've started the album a couple of times. I skimmed through it. Played it in my car. I never make it through. It's god-awful. But that was a given. Everybody knew that was going to go last. 27, I think a lot of people are more forgiving of than I am. I'm going absolute crap. I'm going Unmasked. If this came out if I bought this when it came out, I would have been furious. People bashed Kiss for Dynasty for having disco stuff on it. No, this was even worse. This is some wimpy, like, 1980 pop rock stuff. Two Sides of the Coin, I absolutely hate that song. Basically, all the Ace songs on this was usually, oh, cool, it's an Ace song. This is just, it's god-awful. Here's another weird thing. A lot of the records I have in my brother's collection, he's, 11 years older than me. His Kiss record collection stopped at this one. I wonder why. He hated it. 26. I like it when they go experimental. Except Unmasked, but that was more of a sellout album. This was experimental. Carnival of Souls. I keep trying to finish listening to this album. I don't know if I've ever actually gotten through all of it myself. But again, there's no fast rockers on here. It's just slow grunge stuff. And no, Kiss, sorry. You tried. I give you applause for that, but I'll keep hoping it'll grow on me. I keep hoping it'll be like, oh wow, this is like a diamond. But no, it's bad, and it was unreleased for a while for a reason. All right. After that, I don't even have this one on a physical copy of it anymore. I gave it away a long time ago. Gene Simmons solo album. It's as bad as Unmasked, except we got the first song, Radioactive. He writes one verse and it's like 2 minutes of chorus after a minute and a half of sound effects. It's like, all right, we padded that out for 4 minutes. There's a song. That's basically what you get for the rest of the album, like half-assed effort. But strangely, the last song on the album is one of my favorite Gene moments in all of Kiss, is when he sings When You Wish Upon a Star. And he sings it beautifully. I was not expecting that when I saw that on the track listing of the cassette, and I was like, I didn't even think about it. I didn't think, like, When You Wish, like, No, he sings Jiminy Cricket. And I loved it. Other than that, it would have been, well, no, it's where it should be. 24. I don't have a physical copy of this either, because it's just not relevant that much to me. I didn't buy it when it came out. I downloaded lots of Kiss stuff to fill in my gaps, but I've been buying up all the CDs and stuff. This is still at the bottom of my list to get. Psycho Circus. If the song Psycho Circus is the best song on the whole album, we're in trouble. Yeah, it's kind of a rebound after Carnival of Souls. Is Kiss trying to sound like Kiss? But it was like a bunch of studio musicians who had to... Tommy Thayer. Bruce Kulick was even on it, a little bit of it. Into the Void, the song Ace sings, that people like that one, give that... No, it's only passable. It's not that good. The rest of the album sucks. I'm sorry. 23. Here's my notes. If Kiss went disco, they didn't go far enough. I like I Was Made for Loving You. Every time they play it live, they play it a little bit heavier, and I like it. The rest of the album's a complete dud. Except for 2000 Man. I like that one. Rest of it, I don't know. Ugh. It's not good. It's not good. We didn't know how big... It was like, all right, you had a great run. This is the album that was mediocre after, you had Destroyer and Love Gun. And then Dynasty is like, all right, it's not that good. But they were pumping out an album like every year. So you figure that was just a bump in the road. No, then they come back out with Unmasked, and it was even worse. So I'm not blaming I Was Made for Loving You, because that's the best song on the album by far. What do we got after Dynasty? My list might... Since Kiss is only like my 8th favorite band or so, I don't know if my list is going to be quite as controversial as like some of my other ones were. I might go sort of by like mainstream point of view, but that one probably... I gotta go answer that phone. I had a phone ring and it was nobody. All right, where are we? I don't have a physical copy of this one either. Number 22, Kiss Alive 4. So I'm playing with an orchestra in Australia, and I usually don't like when bands play with orchestras because it takes like the really cool hard stuff and just makes it cheesy. Except for Rainbow and Final Vinyl, when they did Difficult to Cure with the orchestra, that was badass. That was awesome. I hated the Metallica one. But I don't know. If you listen to a live, it's a later years live album, so you're not exactly going to be blown away by it because it's not young. The songs aren't fresh, but it's passable. It's okay. Some songs you never heard, on the live album, like Shandy, I think was on there. I only listened to it like maybe twice at work, of all places. Let's see, 21. We got Sonic Boom. Not awful. Modern Day Delilah's good. You get a whole lot of stuff. You get a bunch of bonus tracks of them re-recording everything, like a greatest hits album, but the songs almost sound like the studio, but something's not quite there. And you get a little DVD, so all that's pretty cool, but the rest of the album, you're waiting around for a new Kiss album. It makes you wish for the 80s albums. The people who didn't like the 80s, like, they had more of an effort. This is just, it's so-so. It's a lot better album than Psycho Circus and Carnival of Souls, but it's not great. And then a little bit of a step up, we're gonna go Monster. All these lists I have, not one band has a discography, in any of their discographies has a genuinely good album when their members, or any member, hits the age of 60. Deep Purple had some okay ones. This one doesn't embarrass themselves. The Who's albums after they turn 60 and beyond is like embarrassing, but it's not so bad. Hell or Hallelujah is good. All for the Love of Rock and Roll, the one Eric Singer sings. I really like that song. Other than that, it's decent. You're not throwing that one on ahead of a lot of other stuff, but if it comes on, you're like, oh yeah, I haven't bothered to listen to this one in a while. It's okay. Won't blow your mind. But that is the best album by a classic rock band recently, and that's like over 10 years old. I think Gene was the one that was over 60. Paul was still like late 50s or so. So where are we at now? Number 19. Another solo album. We're going Paul Stanley. It sounds more like 80s Kiss, but done in the 1970s, because 80s Kiss albums were mostly all Paul. Um, you know, it's the songs on it are okay, but there's one song on there is might be my favorite Kiss song ever. It's All Right. If you ever watch the Dr. Fuck's Kiss channel, he's a big time Kiss fan. He made his own fan video of that song, and I absolutely love it. If they closed a concert with It's All Right instead of Rock and Roll All Night, I would lose my mind. I love that song. It kicks so much ass. It's the most Paul song of all Paul songs. I don't know why that song... Like, Paul's like the real leader of the band. He's the one who actually tells Gene what the hell to do and tells him to shut up when he makes stupid tweets and Rock is dead and all that crap. I don't know why Paul says, you know what, tonight we're playing It's All Right. I don't think they ever did that. All right. Why does the phone keep ringing? Number 18. Kiss Alive 3. I am a big fan of 80s Kiss. You might notice that already because I haven't really mentioned any of their albums yet. I haven't mentioned any of the 80s Kiss albums yet. So we get a couple of the songs on there that wasn't on. A couple of retreads from Alive 1 and 2. It's kind of fake sounding because just like the Alive albums were like, you know, a lot of re-overdubs and nothing but fakery. But this one isn't even a double album. But they do Rock and Roll All Night again. But you get to hear Creatures of the Night on a live album. The Revenge stuff, Unholy, I love Revenge. You're going to hear more about that. I Was Made for Loving You was not on Alive 2 because it came out after. Lick It Up, stuff like that. But this is what the Alive 4, that was what they filmed with a video. They might have did some slight overdubs, but that was like a real sounding concert. That was a fake concert. But I have a bootleg of a Hot in the Shade tour, and that was a really great show. Great. It was from Detroit. And why didn't they just take like a live tape instead of just overdubbing in like lots of fake crowd noises and stuff like that? So I don't really get that. They were good enough live then. So I don't know. It was good. It could have been better if it was more real and natural. It was kind of fake. But it's also from an era I love. So number 17. A lot of people always say this is like an underrated classic, but I'm putting it dead like in the middle where it really should belong. We're going with The Elder. Bob Ezrin's back after doing Destroyer. He went and worked with Pink Floyd, did The Wall, so he's all high on coke. He gets with Kiss, and Kiss is looking for another, all right, we got to do another rock album. Bob Ezrin's like, no, you got to do after he coked up, he said, we're going to do a concept album. That'll get you right on track. No, you should not have done that. Ace was right. Do not do that, because he left after this. It's not good. I mean, it's got some okay songs. Eye's good. The Oath is good. Worldwide Heroes is not good. Dark Light is not good. I don't care what anybody else says. It's interesting to listen to because it's an interesting bad album. It's just not good. It's interesting. It's just not good. But you will listen to it a lot because of that reason. 16. Less is more. Everybody says that about this one because it's got 15 tracks on there, but Hot in the Shade. The songs that are good on there are really good. Rise to It I like. I like Betrayed. What was the other one? Oh, Hide Your Heart. Hide Your Heart. Ace did his version of that too. A million people did a version of that song. They cut this down to like 35-minute album, 40-minute album like the rest of them. Okay, it would have been a lot better. This thing was just, come on. But the good songs are great. And then you get a whole lot of mediocre stuff. But, say this came out as a short album then, and then they re-released it with all the bonus tracks. You're like, oh, cool, look, bonus tracks. Nobody likes a 15-song album. That's too much. 11 or 12 is where it's at. That's why old albums are usually, better. They didn't overstay their welcome because records, you can only fit like 40 minutes on there. So where are we at after this? Oh, here we go. Crazy Nights. First time I got acquainted with this album is because my friend left it in my car, and it was the only CD in my car for like a week, and I was like, oh God, this one of the worst Kiss albums. But then I'm rebuying all the Kiss stuff. I wanted like good copies of everything, and I'm being completist. I had to get this too because I love the song Crazy Crazy Nights, and I got into it. It's all right. Bang Bang You is stupid, but it's a good Kiss stupid. That was the great thing about Kiss in the 80s. They would put out albums every year. So if you got one that was kind of mediocre, it's like, all right, wait till next fall. They'll have another album out. But I like that one. Kind of a cluster of all those albums from the mid-80s. So what do we got? That was 15. Number 14, Animalize. Kiss, a lot heavier. They had Mark St. John on this one. And basically, one of my favorite Kiss songs, period, is Heaven's on Fire. Didn't think I'd do that, did you? But the rest of the album's kind of filler. It's not that great. Burn, Bitch, Burn. Into the Fire, I Had Enough. Murder in High Heel. That's all like kind of forgettable stuff. When you listen to it and it's on, it's good. It's okay. It's good for a car ride. I don't know, but Asylum was better. That's number 13. King of the Mountain. Any Way You Slice It, I like that one. Who Wants to Be Lonely? And Bruce Kulick's first time. And All Night is stupid, but it's good. Tears Are Falling. That was like the hit off the album, but I like the other ones better. Who Wants to Be Lonely? I like that one. All Night's good, stupidness fun. All right, now we're getting into more of the meat. Number 12. We're gonna do Dress to Kill. It's got a lot of hits on it. It's even got the biggest hit, Rock and Roll All Night. I'm still divided if I like the studio version better or the live version better. They sound both basically the same anyway, so you get Ace's solo on there and like crowd noise, but it's also got like some of the lesser hits from the early years. The hits, but like the lesser ones, like Room Service, Rock Bottom, Ladies in Waiting. Come On and Love Me, I never really liked that much. But good, solid album. It's got the hits. The second tier hits of the early years. Basically, the first three albums, I prefer most of the versions to Alive. There's a reason why we haven't got to Alive yet, because it's basically the definitive sound of them. So, number 11, Ace Frehley. Yeah, Rip It Out. Basically, all these are classics. New York Groove, that's the big one everyone loves. Fractured Mirror, did like a different Fractured Mirror and like all of his solo albums. I don't have all of his solo albums. Speeding Back to My Baby's kind of stupid. It's good. It just kicks ass. This is like all the good Ace stuff. This is a harder Kiss album. And then after that was a hit, then he did more songs, but then he did like his most Kiss songs on Unmasked, and they were terrible. Ace not much of a lyric writer, I'll tell you that. Where are we going after that? Ace Frehley, number 10. Rock and Roll Over. Depends on what mood I'm in. This might actually go higher sometimes. Mr. Speed, really good. Hard Luck Woman, that's like Peter Criss's other big singing hit. Callin' Dr. Love. That's what, like, when Gene did that song Radioactive, that was like him trying to rip himself off doing Calling Dr. Love, where he just did like one verse and like the whole rest of the song's nothing but like doing the chorus 800 times over. Take Me, I love that one. I like the live version of like that on one of the later greatest hits. I don't know what it was from. It might have been from the Australian Live 4. I don't remember. But there was a good version of that, and Rock and Roll Over is really good. Number 9, I still don't have a physical copy of it. I don't have a physical copy of that, and I haven't rebought like Dress to Kill on CD. Or it's Hotter Than Hell, because I listen to it live more than all of it. All the best songs on Alive or Hotter Than Hell are on Alive. So Parasite, that's really great. Let Me Go Rock and Roll, that's awesome. The song Hotter Than Hell I always thought was kind of overrated. Got to Choose, I never really liked that one either. Strange Ways is on that. The album kicks ass. So where are we at number 9? Number 8, Love Gun. Nothing but hits on here. Shock Me's on there. Plaster Caster, that's one of the, it's stupid. It's a big hit, but it's stupid. Christine 16. Not in These Times No More. I Stole Your Love's great. This one basically from top to bottom is all hits. That's why like normally I'd make controversial picks and put like these albums lower, but I can't. That one's just really good. It's not all like 80s heavy like all my other album lists are. Speaking of the 80s, also depending on my mood, this one would usually go higher. Lick It Up. Exciter's awesome. Not for the Innocents awesome. Lick It Up. Maybe the best song in the 80s? I don't know. Fits Like a Glove, they played a lot live back in the day. Dance All Over Your Face is stupid. And On the Eighth Day is really stupid. Dance All Over Your Face, though, is like a good stupid song. And On the Eighth Day is just stupid. Vinnie Vincent, I will say he pops up a lot on my favorite band, favorite albums by them. He is one of the saving graces of Kiss on later years. So where are we at now? You have to look it up. Live 2. Good live album. Followed the formula of a live one. They didn't re-put all the same songs that were on there. There's a whole new set list of songs. And the fourth side, you get a couple of originals. And I love the song Rockin' in the USA. This is like the first Kiss album I actually ever listened to. This is my brother's copy. I would listen to that. That was like my favorite song on there. All American Man, that was cool. Rocket Ride's kind of stupid, but I like it. Any Way You Want It, Dave Clark. I didn't know that was a Dave Clark 5 song for the longest time. This, a little bit faker sounding than a live one. I'll say that. A lot too many like crowd noise and stuff. So that's where we're at with that. Number 5, Destroyer. Maybe too low. I don't know. Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World, God of Thunder, Great Expectations, Flaming Youth, Sweet Pain, Shout It Out Loud, Beth and Do You Love Me. They are all bona fide classics. Maybe too big of a classics. Maybe I'm sick of those songs. But that's why most people would probably put it at number 1. It's kind of like their version of Paranoid. Paranoid, all the songs from Paranoid by Black Sabbath, you're sick of hearing, you don't want to hear again. I don't need to hear Detroit Rock City again, or God of Thunder ever again, or Shout It Out Loud again, but I'm always down to hear King of the Nighttime World. I'm not sick of that song. Maybe Do You Love Me I'm sick of. Flaming Youth, I'm not sick of that song either. Great Expectations, I'm not sick of that. That was on that Alive 4. They did that with a choir and stuff like that, and having little kids that sing in the background, I think. Was that out there? I know I've seen them do that. They had the orchestra painted up with the face paint. I forgot Alive 4. Probably. So where are we at now? Number 4. All right, if it wasn't for the live albums, this would rank higher. Creatures of the Night, Vinnie Vincent again. Creatures of the Night song is awesome. I love War Machine. For the longest time, I didn't even know who did that song, because the first time I heard the song, it was Taz from ECW. That was his entrance music. Then I forgot how I was like, oh, that's Kiss. Oh, crap, what album was that on? And I looked it up. Oh, that was when I first got the internet. I found out I did all my research. In the late 90s. I Love It Loud. That's another big hit. This is just straight up. Kiss got way heavier. They weren't fooling around no more. Did a hard rock album. Still holds up today. It's one of the best damn albums they ever did. So number 3. Could be my number 1. If I was... Revenge. Unholy. Take It Off's on there. God Gave Rock and Roll to You, which they did not play the last tour. And the current tour. The first time I finally ever got to go see Kiss was last tour. Because I kept putting it off. I was like, oh crap, now they're doing their last 10 rounds of farewell tour, so had to go see it, and they didn't play anything off this album. They played it on like the outro, recording music when the lights go up, but a little disappointed. I love that song. It's badass, it's heavy. Eric Carr unfortunately died and wasn't on this. We got Eric Singer for the first time, but Bruce Kulick is still on there. So where are we at? We're at number 2. Number 2, Kiss won. So here's a toss-up. What did I leave out? I left out Alive one. I don't have a physical copy of that. Been on my iPod forever, rebuying them all, better copies. I don't feel like the urge to buy it because I've heard it so many times. There's always someone, a little bit more important to buy at the moment than an album I listened to 10 billion times. But Strutter's on here. Basically, this whole album is in Kiss's set this day. Nothing to Lose. I don't like the studio version of that at all. The live version is 10 times better. That's my only disappointment on this album. Firehouse is kind of one of the lesser hits, but they still play it way too much. Cold Gin's on there. 100,000 Years, they still play a lot. I think, did they play that last tour? I don't remember. Black Diamond's on there. Basically, this is, half of Kiss Alive album? And of course, number 1's Kiss Alive. It's got way superior versions of just about every song. If I can only have like 2 or 3 Kiss albums, period, it would be Alive, Revenge, and Creatures of the Night. That's basically where... Oh, my honorable mention, I forgot to mention on this. This would have been between 3 and 4. This is 3.5. Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. You got, let's put the X and Sex. I love that song. I forgot what the other new one was. I forget, whatever. Who cares? And then you also got to look at Killers, because it had 4 new songs on it. It was a greatest hits that only came out in Europe. But 4 songs is an EP's worth of material. That wouldn't have ranked very high anyway, because they were all 4 forgettable songs. There was no, let's put the X and Sex on there, so... That was my take on all of it. This video is God knows how long. I'm just gonna cut it off there. I'm gonna say leave comments. Don't be mean, but also leave your own lists. And if you only say like I only listen to the 70s stuff, and then leave like 1 through 5, don't even bother. This is for the real fans. The real fans, we listen to every single album. Period. We want to hear the bad ones. We want to hear the good ones. That's a good thing about Kiss fans. They analyze to death every album. Even the crappy ones, like Carnival of Souls and stuff like that. And there'll be tribute pages to the Elder. Nothing is thrown out. So, this is the good thing about Kiss fans. So, I bid you adieu. Till next time. Woo, that was exhausting. Here's a weird story about that Live in Vegas one. I was in town when they had the residency out there, and me and my friend Johnny Cheeks were going to go to a KISS concert out there. It was going to be my first KISS concert. I've been putting it off for years. I kept putting it off. And then he gets drunk, starts throwing up and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? I don't need to see KISS. I'll catch them the next time they're there. Little do I know, later they come out with a live album, so I could have been there as they recorded live album, maybe one or two tracks, who knows. So that kind of sucked. That was a story. I could have been actually there at a KISS live album recording, even though they take bits from different nights, but I would have been there for like a tiny bit of it.